Hey guys, Matt here. This is my review of the DC animated movie Batman Hush. Now, for those of you who have not read Batman Hush, it's a great Batman story. It's a good detective Batman story. It's a good action-packed Batman story. And it's got a whole slew of characters, both good and bad. So, this is the movie, Batman Hush. And as you can tell, the cover art for this movie is pretty dang close to the artwork of the graphic novel that's located behind me. Now, going into this, I was really excited because Hush is one of, if not my favorite Batman villain. He's been featured in a couple of the Batman games, and he's had a whole bunch of graphic novels, including Batman Beyond Hush and a couple other spin-offs, including Hush Returns, which is not good. Don't read it. Anyways, this is my review on the DC animated movie. Now, it should be noted that this Batman Hush storyline is changed a little bit to fit the current DC animated movie canon. For instance, this setting takes place in a post-Superman Doomsday fight from the death of Superman, but it also takes place in the Bruce Wayne, Damian Wayne patriarch. So, there's a couple Bat family members that are in the DC animated movie that weren't in the graphic novel, but also they changed some things for pacing. The DC animated movie focuses a little more on the Bruce Wayne, Selina Kyle dynamic, which is nice, but there's a couple other things they changed that just go against everything that is the graphic novel. Now, the storyline is 90 to 95% accurate. The animation is really good. The voice acting is awesome. I could have sworn that Arlene Sorkin came back as Harley Quinn. That's how close the voice acting was. But I didn't have any complaints about the voices. Alfred sounded a little too old. He's always portrayed as like the balding, short little pencil-thin black mustache. And his voice, for the most part, is okay, but here he just sounded a lot older than he was. James Gordon, I could use a different or better voice for him as well. He looked older, but didn't sound older, so that kind of threw me off. But the biggest issue with this movie is they change the identity of Hush. Yep. For a movie that's 90% in line with the graphic novel, they changed who Hush was. I'm not going to tell you who it is, to avoid spoilers, obviously, but that's the biggest travesty this story has. It's like making Darth Vader Han Solo. Not only are you making it a completely different character, but you're using someone that's already established. So, it boggled my mind. This movie was so good. Granted, they cut out some of the Ra's al Ghul stuff, and granted, they didn't use Clayface exactly the same way they did in the graphic novel, and they kind of changed the interrogation room scene at the end of the graphic novel to fit the narrative in the animated movie. But yeah, it was so good, and I had such high hopes for this. And it was really cool and awesome that they finally released a DC animated movie in which they didn't try to change it at the last minute or subvert expectations like they did with Justice League Doom. So, because of that, I'm going to give this DC animated movie, Batman Hush, a B. Everything was good and had everything going for it. And then they changed who Hush was. And you can't do that because he's a pivotal villain. He's the other side of the coin that is Batman and Bruce Wayne. So, if you like good animation, if you want to see 90% of what the same story is, then watch it. But other than that, like me, you'll be disappointed. Till next time, guys. See ya.